Welcome to another episode of Our Time with Mr. Dillon. Hello, kids. Hello, Charlie. Wonderful to see you all today. Today we have a great episode about the amazing world of research. We're going to be looking at research. What do you mean Oh, you don't? Oh, he doesn't know what research is. That's okay. Research basically is learning about a topic. And there's a lot of different ways to research on topics. You can look at books. Articles. You can look at videos.
Gorillas eat some 200 types of leaves, tubers, flowers, fruit, fungus, and some insects. Favorite foods include bamboo.
Internet searches.
The opportunity to observe them in their natural environment. Now that's an impressive entrance.
In fact, maybe the best way is first-hand observation. Ow! So observation is really just checking something out. Here are some key things to write down if you're looking at organization. First thing is you got to put down who the subject is, and then where the subject's from, and then what's, which what facts are details and facts about the subject. And then the last thing, and maybe the most important, would be the how. How did you find out this information? Charlie, I have an idea. Why don't we research on something that we are really interested in? What could we research on? Well, those are some interesting ideas. Maybe a little too interesting. I was thinking of something different there, Charlie. I was thinking about, I don't know, how about gorillas? Gorillas are amazing. You know, I think we may need a little bit of help there, Charlie. look up some information about gorillas, don't you? I wish we had an expert that could actually help us. You know, somebody knew a lot about gorillas. You know what I mean, Charlie? I have an idea. How about this guy? It's Paul. I mean, he's a polar bear. Paul, the polar bear. He's a polar bear. He likes polar bear. Go figure. So Paul, would you like to help us researching about gorillas? Oh my gosh, that is so cool. He is very intelligent. He can look up a lot of things on that, right? And he's got a big ego. Okay, why don't we go ahead and look up some information about gorillas from an expert, Charlie, an expert, because he knows about gorillas. A great way to find out information is simply on things like this. These are animal cards. In fact, this is one on Paul. Look, Paul, it's a polar bear. Maybe I should say polar bear. Still not funny? Oh well. You know, I wish I could find the one that was on gorillas. Oh, look at that. Thanks, Paul. We got a gorilla card right here. How useful. There's a lot of great information you can find out from this card, front and back. Terrific. Well, let's go ahead and roll up our sleeves and let's get researching. So we're going to go ahead and start our research. I'm going to open to an available page to write in, and that's what we're going to start up. Research is informative writing, so I'm going to use my writing log here and write down informative. Right hand corner there. Let's go ahead and write down our date. Let's write down what research actually is. Research is learning about a topic. Research number 1. Dash, and then we're going to go with the title, which is Mountain Gorilla. Charlie, come on now, please stop. The first thing when we look at this research card is we want to know the who. Who are we actually researching about? Well, let's take a look. Who are we researching about? That's right, it's a mountain gorilla. So we want to mention who the gorilla actually is. Well, the gorilla happens to be a mammal. The type of animal it is a mammal. So we're going to put that into a sentence. Here's an example. A mountain gorilla is a mammal. That's the who. Next, we want to mention what the where is. Okay, checking out the animal card here, we have this section here and it mentions where they're found. Mountain gorillas are found in the mountainous rainforests of Uganda, Rwanda, and Congo. That's what the researchers found out, but we need to put it in our own writing. So this is how I'm going to write it. Stop. Charlie, come on. Stop. You're fine. Mountain gorillas are found in the rainforests of Africa. So that mentions details from this text, from this card, but I'm putting it into my own writing to try to make it my own. Let's focus on some details. They're called what's. To add our what facts, we really need to know what is on the card. So we're going to start by just checking out the card. Well, we can see the title with mountain gorilla. We can see a little headline here, mountain gorillas. We can see the type of animal, it's a mammal. And we can also notice that we have a really cool picture of the gorilla and we have a map. All these different features are called text features, and they help you understand the information. Now I want to get more specific into facts and details that are really interesting to me. So I'm going to flip the card. And when we flip the card, we can see a lot of different categories. We have our title, mountain gorilla. We have our scientific classification. We have our characteristics and interesting facts. So there's a lot of great things to look at. So we can actually scroll down and see if there's something interesting we want to write about. Well, I noticed something in the video from before. We had the silverback. Look at this. Silverback is older male whose back fur has turned gray. I think that's pretty interesting. So I'm going to write that as my what fact, but I'm going to write it in my own style. Come on, stop it. They are called silverbacks as older males with gray fur. That's a pretty cool what fact. Now at this point, you can take all these facts that you learned about and you can write more and more and more facts, whatever is interesting to you. As this lesson goes, I'm just going to go ahead and show you the next section, which is the how. How did we find out this information? You're looking for, usually at the bottom they have it, and I did not really see a title down there, so I put my own little title, what it was. I did see the publisher, which was Trend. So the Trend is the publisher. We want to give them credit because they're the ones who produced this card. So we'll go ahead and use this title for Animal Cards dash Mountain Gorilla, and that would be copyright Trend. Squeeze the publisher right there at the bottom. Not cool. Dude, come on, man. You don't see him goofing off? So there you have a very basic organizational form to research about any topic that you like to. The who, the where, the what, and the how. And now how you want to show this information off to somebody is your choice. Stop. You can turn your writing into a paragraph. Just get rid of the who, the where, the what's, and the how, and stick with your core information, and you can make out a paragraph to show someone else. You can do 2 paragraphs. You can even write 3 paragraphs. Charlie, can you please get off the treadmill? So now you know a little more about how to record information for something you're learning about, otherwise called research. You guys can be real researchers. Well, thank you, Paul. A big, big shout out to my buddy, Paul, because without you, there is no way we would have learned so much about gorillas. He's an expert, Charlie. You know what I mean? Oh! Wow! Charlie, why did you do that to your buddy Paul? Oh, 'cause you mean you're and he's and you know. Oh, I forgot one of the most important rules about research. Maybe the most. Always go to the source, if possible. Charlie, it is an ape. We could have asked an ape because Charlie knows a lot about an ape because he is an ape. Charlie, I am so sorry. I should have come to you first. You're right. I was wrong. Well, Paul and I are going to go ahead and listen to you now. In fact, all of us are going to listen to you. This is your chance to go ahead and tell the entire world about what you know about apes. All right, Charlie, we're all listening. Okie dokie. That was a wonderful episode. Thanks, Charlie, for your help. Thank you, Paul, for your help. Next time, we're going to be looking at a different subject. In fact, I was thinking about something, maybe doing another direct to draw. Those have been a lot of fun. Of course, this next one could be a bit emotional, but I'll save that for another time. Take care. Charlie, can you please get off the treadmill?